What's up, everybody? I'm Energy.
I'm Chi.
I'm Rochelle.
And this is Therapy, Not Therapy.
A podcast about our thoughts, our dreams,
And everything in between.
Dealing with our feelings and spiritualities.
So come meet us at the table every week where we unpack all of the things. So can we talk about it? So yeah, do we know how to do this intro anymore?
We're going to figure it out.
I looked over and you're like,
Hi. This is TNT.
hello.
All right. No.
Hi.
Hi.
This is TNT.
T.
Well, this feels familiar. This feels familiar.
Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Chi.
And I am Shell. Welcome.
Welcome to TNT.
Is this for real? Is this what we're doing?
We're starting.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
Hi.
Welcome back, y'all. It's been a minute. And yes, the cards.
She just said, I'm not here.
She's like, I'm not doing this.
I'm laying down.
No, we're back.
We're
We're back after a long ass,
Jesus.
unscheduled, but
Divine.
very necessary.
Hashtag Ghetto and Divine.
Hashtag Ghetto and Divine break. We needed a minute. Welcome back, y'all. Thank you so much for being here, for joining us. We know it's been a minute. We appreciate you. Thank you to everybody that's been listening and going back in episodes and like revisiting stuff while we've been gone. Thank you for the people that have been checking us out on YouTube. We got people hitting us up in our inboxes about, you know, things that they're going through and processing and dealing with in tandem with listening to the show, which is like, we're grateful for that. Not on some ego shit, but just on some let's do the work type shit.
It feels good to know that you're out there listening.
Yes.
Because we really be talking. We just be talking, and we just hope that what we say can help somebody else. Yeah.
That it resonates.
Yeah, because it's like our personal experiences. So like I said before, like in regards to what you go through and how you come out of it, you feel like, as you were just already talking on, it could be a benefit for someone else. So for us just to be authentically ourselves and for someone else to take to it, like we're not even trying, we're doing, you know what I mean, but we're also not expecting,
we're here grateful in our authenticity with you all. Yes. And this is Therapy Not Therapy. I am Energy.
I'm Chi.
And I'm Shell.
And we're back. Thank you so much for being with us. If this is your first time or you're just checking in with us, welcome.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Yes. Oh, and if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. I've always wanted to say that. I never say that, but like if you below. Hit it below. It's the subscribe button, because we really
even
be
have
about
like
stuff.
little widgets and stuff on the screen where you could do that too. In fact, I think if you click our watermark, you can subscribe.
Please do that, because
do that.
People work really hard for that.
We do.
AKA G and Pete work really hard.
We be putting so much stuff
on that.
Trying to make it cute. Not even trying. We are, because it's cute, it's professional, it's together.
But it's work.
Giving.
And it's
giving what it's supposed to have.
It's supposed to have garbage. And we need the subscribers too, because the more subscribers we get, then y'all can actually find us at an actual URL on YouTube.
And we trying to get
whatever that long ass thing is that's behind, youtube.com. So, but until then, look up TNT Podcast. Look us up on all the socials at TNT PODJAX. And we're back, y'all. It's episode 5 after a little bit of sabbatical, season 3. You know, this is just a season where we have had to be growing and learning and living and dealing with the things.
And taking even a break too. Like it's summer.
A break.
It's summertime.
Retrograde was ghetto.
It was a lot.
She
dragged. I think she dragged every single day. She came with a new topic like once a week. This is what we're dealing with this week. Are you ready?
Miss Retrograde got 10s across the board during Pride Month.
Listen.
She walked every category.
Okay.
She
walked every category.
Just when you thought it was over.
Okay. But it wasn't.
Femme body realness. Face.
Okay.
Like just
hand performance.
Like she just can't keep coming back. And you're like, girl, please. I just want
the ball is over.
The ball is over.
There's no more music.
Why are we still
Everybody's gone.
Then she's on the microphone.
You know?
And she's judging your performance. And it's like, how did we get here?
Oh, don't chant my life.
Right. She's chanting my life. She's talking about judges. What? What are we doing?
Oh, God. You didn't even know you was performing. It's like
I didn't even know I was performing. I wasn't ready.
No.
I'm not
I didn't
dressed.
practice for this.
I think by the time I got ready, it was almost over. And I just gave up. I was like, you know what? I have an outfit. Never mind.
This bitch is screaming, walk for me. I don't even have on my shoes.
Oh, God.
I don't have on my shoes, girl. What do you want me to do?
Oh my God.
She did that.
So many things happened.
No shoes, no face, nothing.
No face, bare face. Trying to get face.
Right. How you?
Still trying to get face.
Why? How, bitch?
Insecure. Like, what am I
Give
doing?
insecure.
Give broken and afraid.
I need.
Yes, give fragile.
We need this.
Yes! Listen, if y'all are listening to us on Spotify or any of the streaming channels, you might want to hop on YouTube and watch this video because this shit is hilarious.
Because you're trying to give.
I don't have anything. There's nothing more to God. Okay, it's done.
I'm giving fear. I'm giving sorrow. And the category is like doubt. That's across the board. Damn, bitch.
Oh God, I have missed this. I have missed being in the studio. Oh my God.
Okay, hurry up, because after the break,
all right. Let's keep it rolling.
I'm sorry.
All right,
because you're singing it. You saw it.
I did. It's a broken ball.
Just a broken ball.
All right. Do we have any church announcements, y'all?
Oh. Yes.
Oh, wait, but one more thing that I'm glad that I remember to say this. So we're recording. We've got a new schedule, y'all. So y'all are listening to this. It should be Monday, July 5th.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so then my announcements is kind of
I know, I have announcements that don't mean anything because by the time this episode comes out, it's going to be over. So it was lit. Thank y'all so much for being there. It was so amazing. Y'all are the best.
Yes.
More to come. More to come. But no, our new recording schedule, episodes will be coming out on Monday. We're in the studio on Tuesdays to give ourselves and production team more time because these first 2.5 seasons, three seasons? How many seasons?
We stopped at
We're in
4.
the 3rd season.
Right? So we're in 2.5 seasons, right?
Yeah.
So far, we've been making it work, but because we have learned our lessons during retrograde and making space and getting rid and letting go and keeping what matters and cutting off the things that don't. Mm-hmm. So, new episodes on Mondays from now on, y'all.
Absolutely.
On all the streaming platforms and on YouTube.
I'm so excited. It's going to be great, though. It's a nice time.
So, we have announcements
for anything by the time y'all watch this, y'all have already seen the community platform already have performed.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It had gay. It was supposed to have gay. Yes. You know, so I would just say if you're listening to this right now, if you're interested to know more about the dance community platform, please go and visit in the Miss Jacks. And see what's all there.
In the midst.
Midst. In the midst.
MIDST. Okay. Let's learn to spell our words.
Yes. I'll say that. And then just my birthday coming up. You know.
Yay! Hopefully we can finally celebrate a birthday in studio. Because Gemini season was
my God.
It just every week.
I feel like
every week. It was just
because I was going to say even on my birthday.
Yeah.
I couldn't even be around for my birthday because of shingles.
Shingles. You were having a moment.
It was whack.
And it was like by the time your birthday came.
It was just survival.
Shit.
It was survival. I made it to my birthday.
Yeah, it got crazy.
That's why I told Chris, I said, I am going skinny dipping. I'm getting butt naked and I'm getting in this pool and you can come with me or not.
She said,
but it's my birthday.
Swim.
Yes. Okay? It was glorious.
Yes.
I had a good time.
I was just outside. And that's all I needed.
But that's what we needed.
But we gave up. The point was we gave up.
We let go. Because
by the time our birthday came.
We felt like we were losing, but then we realized we just needed to let go.
We let it go.
Just like, bitch, you won't get dragged if you let go.
Oh.
You won't get dragged if you...
Damn. Because why are you holding on to the rope? You could just simply let go.
You could simply...
Wow.
All I seen was a Mercury retrograde bitch on a horse.
And just holding on to the rope.
To the screen.
Yep.
I'm just letting myself be dragged through the dust. And I'm like, I could just let go.
I could. But why are we holding on?
You know? But we're gonna talk about that once we get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation.
Okay.
Do you have any announcements that are applicable?
Wait,
July 5th?
I will say this. Freestyle Expressions Okay, listen, if you haven't heard about it,
Cheryl's Murals.
Yes, please. And Improv Media.
Improv Media.
Fire. Also, if you need anybody to do videos, like
facts,
hit them up. Improv.media.
Yes.
So sick.
Really great.
Yeah.
Love the visuals. I'm a fan. I don't know if you know that, but I'm such a fan.
Will's fire.
Yes. That's happening volume 6. Okay, so now I'm not going to even give you all the details. Just know that it's going to be fire.
Just know that it's happening.
It's happening. It's going to be, it's a whole new and innovative thing that's happening. Just go look at Cheryl's underscore.
Come on,
Cheryl
Murals.
Just go look for Cheryl's Murals and look for Improv Media or Will.not. I think Will is not. You know, one of them. But just go look for Freestyle Expressions, or I'll just post it on TNT story and go click on it and you get all your information there.
Yes.
It's a fire class that's going to be coming up for y'all.
It's really dope. It's really
It's fire. That's all I'm finna say about that.
That was my commentary. It's dope.
It's dope.
But it really is.
It's happening July 10th.
I love what
I'll
it
say
does.
that.
Yeah. Y'all please hit that up.
Yeah.
And again.
Oh, no, that's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think.
My announcement is go stream Run Up a Check.
Come on.
Gang. Come on.
Our new single, Love Culture's new single, Run Up a Check.
That shit
is out now.
That's so nasty.
And it's fucking sick.
Yes.
So go
I was listening to that yesterday.
Shit.
Your verse started and I was like, bitch, you better.
I'm getting ready. I'm living like I'm ready like I'm ready. Sorry that whatever lie Jenny didn't want to show you what it's for. The $1 kicking $1 million woman really on the run. Please go stream it because it's a good song. I mean, and it's an abundant.
Yeah.
It's an abundant song.
Yes.
So get your life right. Get up, listen to that shit, and go handle your business. That's
you know
why
what makes it
so
amazing is that you did that with Aura in your stomach.
I did. I was very pregnant recording that verse. And I was very insecure about my breath. So I made everybody leave when I recorded it.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Shout out to Brock at Friends of Friends because he's a brilliant engineer that works there. I love him. I love him and Dee. Y'all are wonderful. We did a weekend there and we worked on that song from scratch. Bobby had the hook and his verse already done. So he had brought it to the table like, run me the bell, ooh, run up. But he wrote the whole thing and we was like, God damn. So then I was like, I knew how I wanted to do this and I was like, y'all need to leave because I won't fuck it up. Because, you know, if you know Flash, for everyone knows Flash the Samurai. He's top tier. He's a top tier lyricist. That's my little brother, and he's amazing. And I put money on him to whoop all y'all. But when he's staring at you, when you are trying to lay a verse,
Flash, listen to this.
He's like, "Let's go," and it's like, "Oh, I need a focus. I need a focus. Get out." I choose the first one. I was like, "Y'all need to leave." So I was able to get it done pretty quickly though. I impressed myself, but still, that's season.
Yes.
But please go check it out. It's amazing. And we've got a lot of stuff coming up in July. We've got some stuff coming up in July. I can't really say anything about the dates, but yeah. Run up a check. Go run those numbers up, please, because
run them up.
Yeah,
yes. You won't regret it.
No, it's really
you don't ever
use it while you work out. When you go running.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if you hear it in one of my mixes because I'm like, oh my god. But that's
come on.
Yes.
And the album's coming soon. Gang. Okay, that's it.
Yeah. For me, I also have a lot of things coming up in July. July is going to be a very, very busy month. By the time this comes out, for the record, will have already happened. Thank everybody that came through.
Thank y'all so much. That's this weekend, right?
Yes, that's coming Saturday.
Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I expect.
I'm trying to plan my day because we got Ram during the day.
Yes.
And then you
I just have a mock
trying to plot myself in town.
That's it. But afterwards, because I'm already going to be with dancers. Okay.
But you know when we show up.
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to show up, bitch.
Okay. But yes, that already happened. It was amazing. Everybody was there. So, yes. But I'm actually going to, or should have already, posted a calendar of events because every single weekend in July I'm booked somewhere, which is a blessing.
Yes.
Booked and busy
hoe. Okay. There are several weekends where I'm booked from Friday to Sunday and that we're just going to pray through
Overzealous G.
She cut her hair and lost her mind. So, just keep an eye out for that on the socials at IAMENERJI. Oh, the Vibe is going to be on the 2nd and 4th Fridays of the month for July only.
Oh, I was going to ask you.
Due to scheduling stuff. Because, Pete's birthday coming up.
Yes.
So, yeah,
love
that
you.
first weekend.
Love you, Pete.
Love Pete so much. He's taking a much needed break. We appreciate that. So, yeah.
Hardest
But all that
weekend.
information will be on my socials. So, keep it locked because July is going to be lit. And I'm going to be spinning my ass off.
Yes.
I'm happy about it.
Me too. I'm happy too.
So,
We need to sprinkle a little energy dust everywhere.
Yes. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get
Sprinkle,
some bottles
sprinkle.
of glitter.
Yeah, just do that. Well, do like the dust glitter because you don't want to like.
That's true.
It's hard to get out.
I still have glitter in my car seat from like years ago.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You need to get fairy dust.
Fairy dust, yes.
Write that down.
Fairy dust.
Fairy.
All right.
Get fairy dust. Is that real? That's something
I think so. I think that's it.
Now I'm excited.
It's worthy of an Amazon search.
I'm gonna find it.
Amazon has everything.
Amazon does
Yeah.
have everything.
It's weird.
All right, ladies. So what's in our bag? Do we need to do in our, because we had quite a, y'all don't know this, but we had quite a decompressing session before we started recording.
I would say let's pop into a quick break and then we can just jump.
Yeah, and we can get into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
All right,
because
cool.
Rochelle has to be.
Yes.
I do too.
I
so
sent
let's
y'all to
take
the bathroom.
a
You did.
break. You did.
You tickled my bladder.
Man, listen.
Tickled
Listen.
the hell out of my bladder.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, listen to these messages from the MPN network, and we will be right back so we can talk about
Is
it.
it flowing? Is it flowing?
It's flowing, but you just hit me.
Hold on, I gotta relax.
Yes. I want to.
I was like,
You were doing a lot.
I was in it. Okay.
Yeah,
The
you hit
visuals.
me.
So you got to be on YouTube to see what the fuck we're doing right now. So
Gotta get into
we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Crown Riri.
And this is Mr. Al Pete requesting you to press play and listen to our podcast, Flowers for the Culture, the show that gives flowers to people, places, and things that have influence on the culture.
And we also remind the culture to give flowers now. Don't wait.
So check us out, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff, mpn-llc.com. Everywhere, we everywhere. Please check us out, y'all.
We are back.
We're back.
Better than ever.
We are back. Why do I have the church clap?
Because I was trying to catch the beat.
We are back. We are back.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry. We're back. Hello, my name's Chi. We're back. TNT.
Project.
I'm gonna just
Yo,
let
I
you keep
was
going.
gonna say you better. So, anyways, like I was saying, like don't take that seriously. This is like what kind of podcast musical.
Podcast musical.
Musical sounds fun.
I watched In the Heights last night. It was really good.
I heard about
I
that.
haven't watched it yet.
I did. The thing that I'm mad at is that I caught one of the controversy first before watching it, and I'm like, damn
Yeah.
it! Like because I didn't mean to catch it, but it was just everywhere.
Yeah.
But that it was colorist
It
because
was still
they
colorist.
didn't. It wasn't reflective of.
The true.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
But it was just everywhere on my timeline. I'm like, dang, I didn't even
Yeah.
know it came out. But that came out first, and I'm like, that sucks. 'Cause,
if you can suspend reality.
can I just watch the musical
You
and,
can just watch the
and see
musical,
what I think of it
'cause,
first?
I mean, I will say that I don't. It doesn't matter. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're back. Welcome back,
Hello.
everybody. Thank you for joining us here at Therapy Not Therapy. We're back in the studio and happy to be here. We've just been kikiing and catching up and doing all the things. But we today are talking about losing versus letting go.
Mm-hmm.
That's our topic because I don't know, this past couple weeks, just honestly, even outside of retrograde, I think it's
Yeah.
just been kind of
I mean, it's like
in
life.
the air. It's just
Yeah.
life. There's times where life may be dragging you, and you feel like you're really just taking L's left and right. Like no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter what you try, it's just L after L after L. And sometimes once we shift that perspective, we can change that idea of losing or loss and take control of it by letting go. Some things that fall away from us need to be removed from our lives.
Yeah.
Sometimes those losses can be really painful. They can come in ways that we don't expect, relationships, jobs, situations, people, life, death, all of that kind of stuff. And it's just, life is this process of really working towards, non-attachment.
Yeah.
Because attachment is the root of all suffering, as they say,
Absolutely.
But we wanted to talk about that because we, as per usual, we were having a deep conversation in our group chat today, and there were some things that she brought up that just were really reflective of that. And we've all been kind of in that space, especially in this time that we've been away from you all. So we just wanted to kind of talk about that and unpack it today.
Yeah, I think what is also important to point out is that how our perspective of said situations, how they can impact our overall performance in in these places of stress or pressure. You know, I know for myself and experiencing it's very I'm working on not feeling like, why is this happening to me? Because you're right, you know, when you take multiple L's, and I will say, when you are releasing or letting go of a lot, it can feel like multiple L's. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got a purse and the bottom fell out and everything's falling out. And you're just like, what the, damn, there's two of it. I lost
silly, just
all over the place.
You're just stupid. And you didn't even know that you had a hole. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, I keep losing. I'm losing this. But you need a whole new bag. And maybe this is a bag.
You just need a whole new bag.
You just need a whole new bag, and maybe
instead of a bag with a hole in it.
Yeah, and it's very relative to kind of how I feel when I lose stuff. Oftentimes when I do, I'll get upset, but I'd be like, "Okay, Sarah, if it wasn't, I just lost it.
It was time.
It's time. You just lose it." But I think it's, for me, from my personal experience, especially over the last month, I realized that my perspective of releasing has often gone to a place of helplessness. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand why this is why can't I? But then I have to pull back from that lens instead of asking why, you know, pulling back and seeing, okay, what am I doing that may have been the same that needs to change? What approach am I taking to certain things? Am I moving in a way that I'm not supposed to anymore?
Or is this even something that's within my control? Because this might not even be something that I can do anything about.
Is this outside of my is it just beyond me? And working on asking those questions without becoming too pulled into it and not over analyzing. I think that's the key, because when it comes to introspection, it's very easy to get lost. It's very easy to be I don't understand why this, why that, and you're just picking everything apart. When, you know, there's some letting go, instead of looking at it as losing, has been, I feel like that's what changes everything. It's how do I look at this from a different lens?
And understanding too, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but understanding that releasing or letting go, you know, surrender is not failure.
Yes.
You know, there's a different energy with it. I just wanted to say that to piggyback off of what you said.
No, you were right.
No, I was gonna, that goes into what I was going to say, because I was talking to Chi earlier, and it was from some other readings I was going in, and a lot of times in moving in life, because I know for me, it's been seeing, in regards to the perspective, mentally, what we had endured in behaviors, as far as in growing up from your childhood to your adolescence, and what you pick up and what no longer works. And, you know, for me, seeing what I'm trying to do for myself personally as a woman, not even as a figure, not even as a dancer, for my own personal self, just as Rochelle. I didn't even realize what was still lingering around. And I remember, you were saying, it could fall into hopelessness. I just remember just feeling so defeated, but then there was this sense of relief, because it's well, at least now I know what I am doing. And since I see this now, the awareness that's coming with it, it's very freeing. And in that, that leads into what I was talking to Chi about in regards to the negative ego. A lot of times when we evolve, people, they're yeah, change, right? But then not even realizing there's a part of you that does not want to change. And a part of that is what was highlighted from the readings was negative ego. It's that voice in your head that just talks shit. that just makes you feel stupid for any new idea. Like Virgo, Gemini, anything, but it's just a voice.
I know what I'm saying. That's who she is.
Where she comes from. But there is this voice that anytime that you're trying to Virgo over here. Hello. With a little bit of come on, I'm not even gonna get into it.
Loud.
It's just
loud and wrong.
But she be loud and wrong.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising because I think for me, I'm a little bit surprised because as colorful I could be very like, I don't know. There's this part that I'd just be like, why are you like this? And then
it was your Aquarius moon. Because that Aquarius moon girl.
And my Sagittarius be like, running, just hug, you know, like. So I when I heard this today, it really did affirm where I was already walking, because a lot of times we're already walking the direction, but that negative, the part of that ego that does not want to grow because it's comfortable will try to convince you that it's, why are you doing this? This is stupid. This will never work. Da, da, da. But Spirit's like, but we need to do this.
Right.
So
you're feeling pulled.
But yeah, because like there's nothing like that spiritual pull where you feel like you can do anything.
You feel led.
Yeah.
When there's just something that you need to do. It could be something small as you wanting to go sleep on time, to you changing your eating habits, to like even when
something
goal.
is telling you do this,
and
then that voice is like, oh, but it's too hard, it'll be too complicated, and you gotta do this.
We've been here before, we've been burned, we tried it didn't work, blah blah blah, blah.
And when you start
you're just like, okay, and you kind of, I can agree with that, because I finally went gluten-free after like years of ignoring it. I'm doing it. It's working out. My spaghetti was weird last night. It was so weird. You all should have seen. I'm gonna take a picture and send y'all how these noodles turned out, because they shrank. So it was like Bobby and Olivia's noodles looked like spaghetti, baked spaghetti, and mine was like these little shriveled up with the plant-based ground meat. And then I had the cauliflower bread, and they had like the garlic bread.
They had the real shit.
And I was just like, this is okay.
It's fine.
I'm making too.
This is my life. And I had to make Olivia's macaroni today. She got this, we saw this macaroni and cheese. It was dinosaur shaped. And she was like, can I get it? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm making it. I'm like,
this
is good.
Like, I bet this is so good.
I know it's
putting
good.
in the cheese. Girl, powdered cheese. And I'm just like, you look kind of fine. But you know, like, yeah, you're right.
But you know that you have to let the gluten go, because it's not serving you.
It's for the better.
It tastes really great in that moment, and everything is chewy and spongy and delicious. But
fun fact about Chi is that she loves cheese.
I love cheese.
She loves cheese.
And dairy's cool. I had to cut back on dairy. I'm good on dairy, but gluten is fucking everywhere.
I don't even know how.
And you look at
I'm glad that I'm not allergic for real, because
you'd be pissed.
I mean, gluten messes with my allergies, but we're just gonna act like that's not real. It's bread.
So that's why I want to throw this microphone.
I know,
because I'm like,
I can't even.
Wheat products, that's everything.
That's literally everything.
So now I'm just looking like, where's the GF and everything? And it sucks, but I know my body, like it's like in the back of my mind. So I will say, yes, spirit led. It's very. Spirit's voice is very real cute and calm.
Soft.
You know, it's a
whisper.
It's that hey.
It's the tap. It's
Spirit
a soft tap.
She's calm. She's like,
the loud bitch.
It's the loud bitch is the doubt in the back. You
when,
don't want to do this. What are you talking about, ho?
And you're like, okay, I don't want to do that. You're right.
It just sounded like yours had an accent. Like, I can't imagine. I hate it, because when you start to be, when you're awake to it, you just seem crazy. Like, I remember walking to the laptop, and I'm trying to set myself up, and I just hear the voice like, why are you, I was like, Shirley is over here doing her work, and I'm sitting here like, in my head, I'm like, I look like a crazy bitch right now. Like, just having the thought in my head.
I gotta do my motherfucking work.
But you start to discern it, and the louder that you hear, it's like, I think the louder that it gets, that you can also tune it out. Like, you could just control the volume.
And realizing that you have control over that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can,
because boy, when that voice go off,
she's the procrastinator. God. She's the one that makes you put things on.
She's the one that keeps you stuck. She's the one that reminds you of your hurt. It's like she's the voice that reminds you of why things are like the negative things of life.
Why it didn't work out, why it's not going to work out, why it'll never work out.
Right.
Imagine if you listened to that voice in terms of like,
be here.
Yeah, you wouldn't be spinning in places.
The three of us would not be doing this podcast.
I wouldn't be I wouldn't be doing this podcast. No. I wouldn't perform it. Like it'd be so many things stopping me.
Yeah.
But you just have to be like, yo, like stop.
Yeah.
Like it's dang, I read something about that somewhere when it was saying that you're not your past. It was something about not being your past or I can't remember. It was a really good quote and I'm fucking it up. But it was basically, it's contributing to this point of that is that negative ego.
Those things don't define you.
Yeah, that negative ego is built upon those past experiences that have scarred us.
And it's based on fear.
But yeah,
because you don't want to get hurt.
You don't want to get hurt again.
You don't want to be in a fucked up situation again. You don't want to deal with janky niggas no more. You don't want to, all of these things, but it's like you can't live your life that way because then you will stagnate or you will be dragged.
Yeah.
Like,
and even when it comes down to the fear part, it's like, then you will never know love. Because love and fear cannot exist in the same room.
They can't. And if
it does not work.
Not wholly.
Work. No. Mm-mm.
It can
That's
work
like oil and water.
Way, but no.
Like, no.
I would say like now, especially like in my, my postpartum experience, I have been experiencing a level of grief, a really interesting grief, of my old life and my old self. But recognizing that it's not a loss, but I have to let that part of myself go.
Yep.
Wow.
Like when I look back on pictures and stuff, I really be like, damn, this is like another life. It's another person.
It's surreal, isn't
it?
But
what's crazy is that I feel like I completely resonate with that feeling without me actually having a baby.
Yeah.
Like,
I resonate as well.
You know what I mean?
I'm here in it. I feel you.
Yeah. Like reflecting back.
I think you have these moments or these markers in your life or these things that happen. Just you get to these milestones and it just, you get into a place of reflection and you get into a place where you're looking back.
Yeah.
And when you've lived enough life, and that doesn't always equate to time, but sometimes just experience or whatever it is or however it manifests, and you look back and you're like, damn, I've really been through all of these things, and it can be a source of pride, it can be a source of accomplishment, but a lot of times, like you said, you get into a place of weird grief because it's like that life is gone.
Yeah.
And I think there's also, and y'all can attest to this or not, but I know for me there was a period of time between that realization in the present and that life that ended before I realized that it did, where I was trying to get back.
Yes.
And I would frustrate myself unknowingly trying to reach this goal that no longer exists. It's like, girl, you have to go forward.
No, absolutely.
And part of the loss, part of the L's, part of the stagnation was on me because I'm trying to reach back to a place that no longer exists. And it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just now I'm faced with uncharted territory, and that can be terrifying.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all. So what I was telling y'all today, in my past life, I would get up and I would go work out. I would go for a walk or go for a run. Your tweet. Yeah.
You just want to take a walk.
That's it.
I just want to walk.
That's it. But like, I remember the routine that I would have, I'd go and I'd have lunch by this time. And then, by this time, me and Rob, either I'd make us lunch or he'd go get lunch, whatever. And
it worked.
I did not get outside until about noon because
that's hot
my
too.
Baby girl. Because Aura would not go to sleep. She was, just being a baby, pooping, needing to eat, all kind of just babying out. And I was like, I just want to take a walk. And I'm like, usually like she'll wake up, and then feed her, play, tummy time, whatever, put her to sleep. And while she goes to sleep, I'm like, I'm going to try and go for a run or a walk or something. But not every day is like that.
Right.
And so
there's a new element present in your life,
girl, and every
and it's like
just but the thing is
change.
It's everything. So I found myself trying to go back to the routine that I had,
trying to make your baby fit into your old routine.
Yes, and it's easy to do that subconsciously because it's just what you've known.
It's what you know.
Yeah, you
and it's what's worked.
Yeah. However, like that no longer exists. Like I said, if she's not having a good day, I gotta be there for her, and that's just it.
Okay.
Well, bam. Living in the South. Hello.
Sometimes.
Did you hear that? Okay. Somebody's speakers was real quality.
They were good.
Shout out
speakers.
Yeah.
Them was speakers going down the Park Bridge. Okay. But yeah, so it was like just me understanding like you don't have the same life anymore, Raquel. And it's not a loss. It's like I have to let go of what that looks like.
Yeah.
And it's like you said, y'all can resonate with that without having a child, but I feel like the most literal version is like when you have kids.
And that's so permanent. It's so ever present. Like
permanent
there's no way
fixture.
around that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And at the same time,
You can't even try to be cute and act like.
Yeah.
no, it's like now I just have to figure out a new way to do this.
Yep.
And that's the part that I'm open to. I don't think I was ever restrictive about it because I already knew I was anticipating the change.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know for many parents out there and anybody that's just going through some sort of permanent fixture change, whether it be like loss of a loved one or whatever, it can be very hard to let go of everything you've known before.
It's a process.
Because bitch, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like this is new. Every day is new. Like I've never had a growing baby before.
Yeah.
So every day is literally new. So I have to allow myself to let go, not only, you know, day by day and being present and, you know, just taking it as it comes, but I also have to let go of the preconceived notions that I've known life to be.
Yeah.
And not taking it as a loss that my life isn't the same.
Yep.
But they're just releasing what no longer works. Like that shit don't work. Like my cute little schedule don't work no more.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna act like when I wake up and I look at her and she's looking at me smiling and we both waking up together, like, bitch, that shit is the tea. I'm like, we both be waking up at the same time. I'm talking about, and she's looking at me like, and I'm like, hey. She's like, hey. It's the best thing in the world.
It's worth it.
It's worth it. So it's like,
you get reminded of your why it's changing.
Absolutely.
And it's not for the worst.
No.
It's for the best. You're gaining.
And I feel for...
You're making...
Yeah. And I have to say, though, I do feel for the women who might be struggling with this, like postpartum, because I know that I was towing the line a few times and it's very, very, very real. And I just want to say shout out to the single mothers or the mothers in general that are just dealing with this idea. Yeah. It is very hard, y'all. I can't emphasize, because I know that we've talked about that when you think about losing yourself and what that means when you bring a child, you know. It's very real and very valid. Yeah. And as someone that is going through that and now I'm learning, like really experiencing it, very real thing. And I want to help normalize that conversation because people shame mothers for feeling that way or shame women for feeling that way when it's very fucking true.
Yeah.
It's so easy to get lost in this new role. Yeah. So easy to lose yourself. And I know because I can feel it every day. I can see how you can just step into a pit hole of motherhood and it just, you know what I'm saying? You lose everything that you've ever done. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole life that you know just goes down the drain so fast. I know. Without you being a chance to honor it, it's much like your, and this is a perfect segue. It's much like your hair.
Yes.
You, instead of, you know, you took it in your hands to let go. You know what I'm saying? And it's very much in the most tangible and the most literal way example to me that I can think of when you're thinking about how do I take this release into my own hands and honor it? You know what I'm saying? Because there are people that go through this kind of loss and don't know how to do that. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. And it goes by so fast. Yeah. They don't honor that grief and they don't take the time to do that. And it just... the respect that we have to give ourselves
to honor ourselves. Yeah.
So I would love for you to talk about that because clearly something's new. Something is new happening. And if you're listening, our beautiful G can grab her neck now.
Yes. After you can see it as I grab it.
How old was your locks?
13 years.
And she released them during this transformative June. So
and
please.
You know, it's interesting because I thought about that because retrograde is not a time typically for large life-changing decisions, as we know, because she is real quick to make every plan that you have go absolutely horribly wrong.
Yes.
But Gemini, you're a Gemini, said, girl, we're doing this.
Listen, but it's interesting because when we were talking about the little voice versus the loud ghetto bitch in the back, that morning I got up and that spirit was talking to me. It was just time. I was like, it was on my heart. And I've been, y'all know, I've been talking and thinking about
but you
this
did say
and processing it
when it was time, you were going to do it.
And I knew it because I know me, and I'm like, I'm going to get up one day and that's going to be it. I'm going to know, because it's one of those rare instances where you can take it into your hands. Like, this is literally on me, and I can choose to take an L or see it as an L, or I can let this go and I can control this situation. And it was just, it wasn't dramatic. I kind of thought that, post CHOP, it might be, because again, I've never cut my locks. Since I started them, I've had them forever. When I started them, they were shoulder length because I've always had a lot of hair. So I've never had this little hair on my head. I've never been bald. I didn't know what my head looked like. I didn't know if it was going to be cute. I didn't know what was going on, but it was just time, because, and it wasn't about the hair. Yeah. And that's when I knew that it was the right time, because I'm like, this is not about
what the loud bitch is talking about.
Yeah, it's not what this bitch is talking about. Like, oh, you've never had it. You don't know what your head looked like. And But like, girl, I needed to let it go. And that's not to say that I won't grow my locks back. I always imagined that I would. But I'll be honest, I'm really enjoying the freedom. Yeah. And I didn't have any really dramatic moments. Like, I got up, spirit was talking to me. The loud bitch had me start looking up YouTube videos about what to do out, post big chop. And I'm just like, no. I was looking at a few and I'm like, And I pick up the phone. I text my loctician. Shout out to Marilyn Earth's Paradise, because she and Veronica get everybody together on the natural hair. And I told her, I was like, I think today is the day. I know that's not what you want to hear, because she was more attached to my locks than I was. But it was just time. And she, respectfully, she met me with that. I went into the salon. We had a dope ass conversation. I mean, for real, shout out to Marilyn, because she's like spiritually on that level. It's one of the reasons why I love trusting her with my hair. And I've always had the good fortune to find people to take care of my hair that were more than just, cosmetic. In more than just in the cosmetic realm, but like in that spiritual, energetic realm, because it matters. Yes. Because it's your hair. That's how I feel. Yes. And she really took care of me. And, we made the decision. She washed my locks, treated them, and we started chopping from the front. And there was not a moment. I think there was one tiny moment where I almost teared up when all my hair was off. And she had it in a bundle and she put it in the dryer. Like, my hair was not with me and it was over there. And I was looking at my hair and I was like, oh my God. And I rolled up just a little bit, but then it went, I was like, no.
Why is your hair looking at you like?
You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, why aren't we together?
Like, that's
But it was just, and I felt right. And I didn't have any freak out moments afterwards, which again, this is rare for me, because huge changes like this, I don't typically process well. But I think because of the perceived L's and being pulled through the ringer on so many different levels, not just within retrograde, but in the past decade. I mean, I was thinking about it the other day, and my life significantly changed around the time that I was 27, 28. Yeah. And here I am 38. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm looking back, I'm like, God damn, it's been a decade. Yeah. Like, how the fuck? Yeah. And looking back at that person that I was 10 years ago and where my head was at and what I was thinking about. And I mean, I was still a pretty dope person. Don't get me wrong. I've been dope my whole life. But
you were changing.
But I was changing.
Yeah. And that's Saturn. That's around Saturn return too.
Listen, that Saturn return is no joke. Okay. Because from 27 to 35, it was ghetto.
We were in the woods.
Girl was drunk a lot. But I mean, all jokes aside.
Listen.
Yeah. I just can't do it no more. But we found other ways to get through the day. So but it just thinking about that was one of those moments in my life where I felt good, because I felt in control of something that was so huge, and I felt proud of myself for standing in it. And I haven't had a moment of regret since. I mean, yes, I do look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, my locks are gone, and I wonder, how I appear, and because it's like, it's just me. I don't have 13 years of all that shit to hide behind anymore. I can't, you know, put my curtain up. It's like, it's just me, bitch. This is my face.
It's fresh.
The category is face.
Yes.
You know, but I love it because I'm like, it's forcing me to live in my authenticity.
Yes.
You know, and I'm here for it, for better or for worse. So, you know, and that's on the heels of a lot of loss.
Yes.
You know, specifically my dad. I mean, it's impossible to
you experienced that with your hair. You know, it's funny.
It was such a punctuation.
Yeah. I was reading that somewhere. And I know I shared with y'all before, like, it was eerie that right before my dad passed, I just felt the need to cut my hair off. And I did. And he was like, why'd you do that? And then he went.
And then I came right after that.
Yeah. It was just really strange. Yeah. The need for me to let that go.
Yeah.
And to not be attached.
Yeah. It was, and so by the time he had left, I didn't have anything. You know, like I wasn't holding on to anything. It was like, I don't know, it was like weird. It felt prepared.
You walked into it prepared and open, not even realizing that you were prepared and open.
For that, like I just knew I was letting go of some shit. But I will say that I, in indigenous Filipino culture, you know, it's prided on that you have long hair, like to not cut your hair. But you cut it in mourning when you mourn someone. And I didn't realize that until I, you know, read about it. And I was like, that's crazy, because I feel like part of my spirit just knew there was something that, and right before he passed, like I said, he, you know, really spoke life into my career as an artist. And he spoke just so much, he gave me so much before he left that I felt like I was getting ready for a journey. I don't know, it was just strange. Like I just felt compelled to release everything and start over. Like I just was in a place, and he had gave me what I needed, and then he left. And I think it's very honorable, and it's normal to feel that after such a huge loss. Like I need to release and let go. And I think, and I have to just admire, like seeing your locks in the sun. In the presentation, first of all, I'm like, she's gonna present. Right?
The reveal.
The reveal
is everything. Performance.
Yes.
Right? Because this is monumental.
Right.
Yes.
But I loved it because I feel like you handled it with such grace. Like it wasn't like, fuck this, like you pulled it. You know, it's like, you know, like how some people kind of go into that fuck it up. Oh, I just need to. I can tell that
was quiet.
Yes, and I can tell that you were in a place of acceptance. Like she was just there, and it was peace. It was beautiful, and I was like, that is what letting go. You know, and I know that it wasn't easy for you to come to that place because you have the same voice as we all do. You know. But it was beautiful. It was executed beautifully. And I was like, wow, you know?
And the timing of it too, it was, you know, it wasn't contrived. Like it had been on my mind, and I knew that there was going to come a point where I was like, I'm going to cut my hair. Like I knew that. It wasn't like I want to cut my hair because I want a short haircut. I was like, I am going to be cutting my hair.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me, and the thought would not leave me alone, and it wouldn't let me go. And I think the timing of it is you know, just, I can't find the right word. The timing of it is appropriate, for the want of a better word, for me, because losing my dad is like, it's the thing that I've been talking about it for the year and a half that he's been gone, Jesus. That it just knocked everything into perspective. And there's so much that I'd been through with my hair, and so many phases of life that I'd gone through, relationships, losses, you know, friendships, just the ups and downs of life. And none of it really was like, there were things that, you know, they're part of your history. You know, it's like, this is the story that I'm telling, and this is the thing. And then with my dad, it's like it knocked all of those things into perspective. I'm in a completely different place in my life now. Yeah. And I am. And it just, my hair started to feel like it was in my way. Wow. And that's when I was like, it's time. Because I'm not, I mean, she was beautiful. I love I still have it. I don't know what I'm going to do with her. It's either going to be fire or the ocean. I haven't decided yet. That will come.
It's crazy. I still have my hair too.
You do?
Yeah.
And I may keep it, you know, because it's like,
she's there.
It's sacred, you know, because that's, even though I had to let go of it, it doesn't mean that I don't want to honor it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just like, okay, I'm going to throw this in the trash. Like, no.
It's so funny because like, I was like, babe, I'm like, oh my God. But it's like, I know you can't throw it away. That's bad luck. That's not good. You have to honor it. You have to burn it.
You're not gonna know where it's at.
Yeah, like that's not good juju. You gotta either burn it or release it. You gotta ritualize it.
Yeah, you have to.
So there's like a bag of my hair just sitting here. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna put my bag of hair. But because I have a moment that I want to have with it in the releasing. Because if I can interject, because I feel like I know we want to have a hair episode.
Yeah, that's coming, y'all.
Yeah, but I will say, like, I feel you on the let me like control this narrative. Like, let me take this and do, because over the weekend I talked about my autoimmune disease, which is Hashimoto's, and it's incurable, but it's manageable. However, it comes with a lot of unappealing symptoms, daily symptoms, and one of those things is hair loss. I remembered, when I grew up, Rochelle will tell you, my hair was always long. I've always had long hair, long and thick. Yeah, long and thick hair, like my whole life. And I'd finally grown it back to that point. Longer than Shirley's. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And so for me to be this age, and I had a really, really big voice and singing voice and everything. My voice is not where it is because of my AI anymore. My hair has broken off because of that, and that's why she's short. And taking control of that, instead of feeling like I'm losing something of myself, it's like coming to an acceptance of me moving into a new place in my life. Like maybe I don't need to hide behind my hair anymore. Exactly. My hair was, the thing that I would yield around, and it's my headbang, and it's all like, it's me. It's a part of who she is and what people know. And like you said, like when you don't have that anymore, you're like, a part of you is like, oh my God, like I didn't realize that I was hiding behind it. Lorde has a lyric, and she says, "Today is my birthday and I'm riding high. Hair is dripping, hiding that I'm terrified." Wow. And when I first heard that, I was like, and she was 16 when she wrote that. Shout out to Lorde, because I was like, bitch, that is prophetic. But when you think about like that, it's like, oh, I'm having such a good time. And my hair is like, blowing in the wind, but it's hiding my fear about getting older. Wow. Yeah.
Or appearing.
Or how I'm appearing, it's a safety net. Yeah. So losing, for me, and it's such an interesting, because you let go of your hair and I lost my hair. Like my hair just whoosh. But I'm choosing to look at it the same way that you look at it, in terms of just like, okay, I need to make peace with that girl, because and it's hard sometimes, because I look at pictures and I'm just like, damn. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, this is where I am now. Right. But was my beauty in my hair, or was it in me? Like, so like learning to let go of that external protection of the approval, the armor, So I feel like I think that's a part of why I really admired I feel like I lived vicariously through it. Because it was so beautiful. Same. It's like to get the chance to say goodbye, and I didn't get that chance. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, maybe if I had the chance, I wouldn't have. I think about, maybe I wouldn't have let go if I was given the opportunity. Yeah. Probably would try to hold on to that dead ship forever. Yeah. And in some weird way, maybe it was like, bitch, we're going to get rid of it for you.
Yeah. And the universe has a way of doing that. Yeah. Moving shit out of your way. Yeah. Taking people out of your way, taking jobs out of your way, taking you out of situations. You get what I'm saying? You just be sitting there like real confused, because I'm like, bitch, I thought I was comfortable. And here I am at square one. Yeah. And that's what we were talking about today as well. Just having to start over and really look at the places that we are and accept that. I think that you, Shell, went through that as well this weekend, with the things that you're talking about, looking at school and how that is, shifting for you, and how you kind of have to see where you're at and be okay with it, because what's for you is going to come.
Yes.
It might not be the way that we want. I mean, if we're completely honest, how often does life look anything the way that we want it to look? Yeah. Like never. I let that go a long time ago. I'm like, this shit is going to be raggedy and ghetto, and that's it. And that's fine.
If it looked anything how I imagined, we would not be here.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it probably could be in a very vain place. You know what I mean? I feel like mine, in regards to losing versus letting go, it's been very interesting, but I think it's literally who I am as a person.
Yes.
I was talking to the person that we actually had posted on our story in regards to doing shadow work. And I was sharing some just words of encouragement, because I don't want to say advice, because at the end of the day, you're going to do what you're going to do. Right. So we encourage people here
we offer perspective.
Yeah, that's all we can do, because my life is my life and your life is yours.
And we are not licensed professionals.
No,
let's be
not
clear,
at all.
We are not,
but we are living beings.
Yes.
So the part of human experience is interaction.
In the school of life.
Hard knock life.
Okay.
I'm supposed to be talking. You got me in your song.
Sorry.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, I'm sorry.
This is what you do.
I mean, all I got is a certified life coach, but that is different than therapy. I can tell you what you can do, but I can't tell you what you should.
Right.
I can support you, but I
can't diagnose. But to your point,
but
yes,
what was I think it hit me when one day Shirley's mom, her parents had came over. It was funny because Shirley was in the bathroom. She just got to the bathroom. And she was like, I think I heard a knock. And I was like, who is it? And then her parents had showed up and brought a plant because they were like moving and stuff. So she brought a plant, and her dad was coming over to mount the TV that we just got. And it was witnessing like the growth of family and the expansion in this space. Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, I'm not proud, but I'm going to say that I remember like a decade ago, when me and Shirley first dated, I mention this because I need people to understand the life that you thought you once lived, it would change.
Yes.
Because you changed.
Amen.
And I know for me, when I experienced that relationship as well as the loss of our dad, like I completely suppressed who I was as that person in that relationship. So here I am now, 10 years later, being in this space, constantly being reminded of the new life and looking around and seeing even the growth in our space. It's becoming a little bit more homey.
Yeah.
And for me, I wrote down, reflection back on past can take away your present gain.
Oh, yes.
And for me,
remember that quote, because it was something pertaining to what the hell we was talking about.
It's going to come. It's going to come back. I hope it's going to come.
But you... Go ahead.
Yeah.
What is there?
Because with that, in regards to reflecting and period, and I'll say, speaking from my perspective, what I've experienced from past life is that when I've gotten into situations or relationships, I've often went back to a person because the relationship was not giving what I thought it could give. Mm-hmm. However, in regards to speaking about negative ego, here I am in this whole relationship. Okay, I've like you said, I've never experienced this capacity of my life before.
Right.
I never thought I was going to end up living with her, or just the
growth is real.
The growth is real, and sometimes the growth can shake you in a way where it also shakes you to make sure that you hold accountability to yourself.
You know what? Side note, it's like when you see a tree split, or kind of in a weird way, but it still grows.
Yep.
But it's not like a perfect trunk. It's like some shit went down. But it managed to grow from it still.
Yeah.
It's like that tree. We'll talk about it. I don't want to bring that up. Do you remember that tree that was on its side and it grew?
Yes.
I don't want to mention where that was, but you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful tree.
Listen, for me, it was, I don't know what it was, but it's just like, I feel like mentally I have been letting go of the theory that I once had, or a behavior of thinking that this is not going to work. So reflect back on that. Because one day you're going to get back to that.
And what's crazy is like none of that shit even exists anymore.
Nope.
No. And that's the point.
And you're like, what?
It only exists in your mind.
That's it.
That is the fucked up part about it.
That's the tea.
It's not there. It's you keeping that fake shit alive that doesn't exist anymore. And
that
you're
fantasy.
chasing this fantasy.
And I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
You're only
what am I doing?
hurting yourself. And I say this from the perspective that I'm sharing because for me, my losses have often came in regards to me in relationships. Mm-hmm. Like, Chi will tell you. She's watched and witnessed me trying to figure out my life. And then as I figure out my life, I get into a love ship. And then it's just like the love ship crashes. Like, she's witnessed me go through many.
Let me tell you.
The way you explain.
No, because I'll pull up with an attitude on a lifeboat.
Like, bitch, I told you.
Everything.
Here. By the time, but it's like, girl.
What's the little sparkle link? She throw the little thing. But
I'm over here.
The flare.
The flare, yes. And it, like I said, it goes back to the point where the minute that you decide to see it. And for me, like I said, now here, soon to be 35, living with my partner and flourishing in it. When I talk about accountability, I was reflecting back on me projecting my hurt in regards to, because this same-sex relationship didn't work for me, that means it doesn't work for anybody. And I remember Bible thumping and just really projecting the hurt because how it didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to happen for me in life. But then, again, you have to sort through your bags. And look what happened. Universe had presented its opportunity. And even though it still presented its opportunity, it didn't mean that I still had to sort through the bags.
Yes.
So my final thought on that is that in recognizing where I'm at, fully being Rochelle and comfortable in it, because at one point the world made me feel uncomfortable to, in dealing with my androgynous and all the rainbowness that lives inside me,
unicorn.
Whole unicorn.
I wrote down
always been
controlling your narrative, because in that
we've been talking a lot about that.
I tried to dictate. Well, since I'm not with a chick, I'm gonna be. And that's what's funny though. I knew that Shirley, she was it for me. She was gonna be the only woman I would do this life with. And after that, I just tried, and it just didn't work with guys. It just didn't. But even for me, it was like learning to not project my experiences onto other people.
I just was like, niggas.
Exactly. It's hard no matter what.
But even being here now, I say all that to say that being where I'm at now and moving forward, when you're dealing with your past, and I speak specifically relationship, when you find yourself or that ego that's just trying to sneak a little something in, ask yourself, is it really helping you currently? Because a lot of times that fear will speak and thinking this is not going to work. But, often I will look at where I'm at, or I'll look at her.
Yeah.
And then I'll feel the love.
Yeah.
And then it just dissipate all the negative things that just tried to come through, because it's this is where I'm at naturally. This is where I'm at with no force, no nothing.
Yeah.
And
like when I look at my baby.
Yeah.
Same thing. You'd be like, you know what? I'm tripping.
And then when it comes to
let me listen. What am I going to choose to listen to?
Because you're no longer fitting the past description.
Just like when you said that there's no room for fear and love, right?
They can't.
When I look at Aurelie, it's like all of it. There's no room, for that, because she's just, she's everything.
Yeah.
And it's like when you look at your life for what it is, and you find the beauty in it, it's like there's no room for me to criticize this.
Yeah, right.
And I have to say, I really like that you said that, how society can portray how something is supposed to be.
Even social media will have you jacked up, because I remember when I was going through the
social media.
When I was going through it, I was presenting everything all up in the front, and then it was just I literally was thinking this, y'all. I was literally thinking this on the way here, and I was just like, dang. At one moment. And I'm curious to know how people do view me, when it comes to this, because at one moment I was talking negatively in regards to same sex, or just, I was just thinking about myself, really. I was projecting a lot, but then it feels so triumphant, because it's just Rochelle had to really spend her time really doing some soul searching, leaving to go to California, coming back, even going to different,
I agree.
I really took my time to unpack.
It was definitely during the Saturn return years, child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will say that, social media, I was telling that to Rob after I cried in the closet, which at the moment.
We had a day.
What up, Cancer season?
Listen.
You got me, okay? My Mars is tripping. But
emotion.
We're gonna release. I'm like, okay, let's have the tears.
I'm
and I did.
it.
But we went for a walk, and I was telling him, I was like, it's really interesting, because there's this thing on TikTok where there's they'll show a woman with her baby, and she's like, I love you, but I miss her. And they'll show old pictures of themselves.
Oh,
and I was like, this is kind of weird, because it's I love you, but I love my daughter, but But it's like, I love, but it's the but
it's
for me.
It's the but because it contradicts.
Yeah, because I'm like, okay, I can understand you missing your old self, but what's up with the but? It's like what goes out.
Very conditional.
Yes. And it was really weird because I was like, I don't feel like that. Like, loving my daughter is not the hard part. Like, that's the easiest part. And the taking care of her is the easiest part for me by nature. Like, it's just, and I love it so much. How instinctual. Like that mama bear shit is real. Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been like, and I'll look over and she's like this off her boppy. And it's so stupid.
You just feel a disturbance in the forest.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because I was in the bathroom and I felt that shit today and I was like, Rob's in there. He got it. She like this and he's like, oh my bad. I'm like, babe. She was fine, but she was headed in the direction. She was just, but it's like, yeah, it's like how instinctual and just like how those kind of maternal feelings kind of come, you know? But like, it was crazy. Like when I seen this trend of like, I love my child, but I miss her. And to me, it was like, okay, this is not how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, like sometimes I'll like, you know how you like scroll on Instagram and they have like different things that adhere, like support groups or like pages dedicated. And I've seen that narrative a lot about like the loss of but I was like, it's a lot of about the loss and not like the letting go of your old life. It's a lot about like, don't lose yourself. It's loss
when in
centered.
reality you're supposed to evolve and leave that behind because those things no longer serve the life that you are currently living. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Like I'm not supposed to be the same person after expanding my body out open.
We've seen those kind of toxic people running around and talking about being parents.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna call no names. So.
How am I supposed to be the same person after I've been split apart?
Good. Literally.
How? and you know, that goes into like how, you know, snapback culture is a thing. Yeah. Like you are just how you were before. Like, of course my body isn't going to be the same. I mean, if it's for you, good for you. But like, I'm not going to hold myself to that standard because to me, it's unrealistic. Like, bitch, my body's not the same after a piece of cake. So what do I think after having a child, what that's going to do?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
after
unrealistic.
A good meal.
Oh, bitch is pregnant.
Oh, yes.
What are we talking about?
I'm dead. Yes, we're having twins.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how?
Girl,
so that
delivering soon.
Yes.
That was very soon. Food baby. But like the negative ego would be in my mind like, you know, this person bounced back or this person said, you know what I mean? It's like that. Why aren't you? But like, I cut that shit quick because I'm like, I really did like I said to y'all earlier. Like I may not have a job, but I'm doing my job.
Yes.
Like I'm doing the most divine job.
That was difference. That was so
absolutely.
I was living for that message today because I'm like, she's got it. She's there.
Thank you.
You were processing through it, and I was just here to listen. I'm like, I have nothing to say because you got it.
I felt like I did because this is the most divine job that I could have. Yep. And I realize that society does not prioritize that job.
And not everybody can do that job. Mother, not everybody's supposed to do it.
And not only am I, you know, a mother to my child, but I'm also a mother to a child that is not mine, that I didn't create. Right. But she is still mine. You know what I mean? That's like the levels that go into being a mother and letting go what I thought I was and embracing who I'm becoming, which is, you know, even cooler. Cause like, wow, I was like, damn, like I'm focusing on the shit that I just can't get. But like all the stuff that I have is just like pretty fire.
That's the key that I was like,
I don't know,
want to like touch on because it's like, in regards to reminiscing on past experience, not saying I'm doing this right now, I'm not saying that, but if as a woman or as a person you find yourself reflecting on past life, being with someone else or living in this time of summer, like whatever,
or just being in a different situation.
Yes, you seriously miss out on all that's here to gain.
Like the new fire shit that comes with your new life. Yes, because you're so focused on like the old shit. You're so busy
thinking about the things that don't even exist anymore. Yeah, they're not even real anymore. That's the thing.
All the new clothes that you're wearing that you've been had. Like, and releasing all them clothes that you couldn't even fit anymore.
After, I don't know, this haircut has just been like, you know what? We're just going to get rid of it. I'm on a fucking rampage. Okay, I went through my closet. I went through my drawers. 4 bags. Let it go. Chris came home and he's like, what did you get yourself into? I said, no, I know what I'm doing. This is intentional. This needed to go.
Intentional.
Literally, this shit has been bursting at the seams in these drawers.
And I don't even wear this.
I've been struggling to hang on to this shit because, you know, I can't let it go. I don't have anything to replace it with. I'm not
like, ooh, that's a lack, like, you know what? Lack mind.
Lack mind. I was like, you know, we're not doing this anymore. And it was another moment where it's just like, today's the day. I think I text y'all and I was like, today is the day.
Yes. Because even
and then now look, you put on your dresses the right way. You know what I'm saying? We're figuring out the straps.
I've had a dress for about 5 years that I wore correctly for the first time yesterday.
I swear to God, G, I have a maxi dress. And I'm gonna. I was like, bitch, I'm telling you, I have a maxi dress that I'm like. When you said that, I was like, am I doing that?
Yes.
And it's got the same kind of
thing.
Bitch. I'm like,
I wore it yesterday. I was like, I have a whole cute new wardrobe. I got 3 new dresses. That's 7 years old.
You probably wouldn't even notice that had you not released everything else.
You know what I'm saying? Let stuff go.
Yeah.
So it's important, and we need to normalize that part of the process, just like we have to normalize letting ourselves process through grief.
Yes.
Letting ourselves let go of things that no longer serve us, people that don't serve us, relationships that don't serve us. Letting the universe move us around. We ask for blessings. We ask for
change.
We ask
transformation.
For change. And then when it happens, because the shit is uncomfortable, it doesn't come in the package that we like. Then we get, and this is me talking to me. Okay?
Absolutely.
Because I am that ornery bitch. Like, I want something new, but I don't want anything else to change.
Just give me the new thing.
Is that going to work, bitch?
Right.
Get out of the car.
Get out of the car.
You know what, though? I got out of the car. My locks are in a bag in the car.
Yes.
And we're going to get out of the car.
Just know that you can sit in there for a second, have your moment.
Sometimes I got to go in the car and have a cry.
And smoke.
Yeah.
And smoke. And it's fun.
And driving that bitch. Yeah.
You know? And then just come out with clarity.
Yeah. And also, can we normalize not questioning women when we want to change shit?
Come on.
That shit is aggravating as the fuck.
Are you sure?
Oh, bitch. Why did you do that? Why did you cut your hair? Oh, why? Like, bitch, because I wanted to.
You want to do that? Because I wanted to.
Don't do
it.
Are you planning on working out? Are you going to do this? Are you, like, stop. Like, leave women alone. Can we just leave us alone? Can we metamorphose, like, on our own? Can we cocoon in peace? Because every time, if you cut your hair, it's so... and it's like, I don't have to explain shit to you.
Yeah. It's not a giant plan. It was time.
No. It's for you.
That's literally it. It was just time.
That's for you.
I'm not going through a crisis. Nothing's wrong. Yeah. I'm not pregnant.
Okay. So, like, can we just... it? Allow women to go through that change. And I have to specify that because I see that all the time.
Yeah.
Between women wanting to change their bodies via BBL, or if they change their diet, or, you know, whatever the case, we're always questioned about some shit all the time. And we always feel the need to having to explain ourselves subconsciously because that's what we do. We want to be understood or whatever the fuck. But what I realize is that, you know, it's like, I'm going to transform. I don't care if you're here or not. I'm going to live my life and to control my narrative and to step into the main character energy that I need to be in. I don't have the time to sit here and explain to anyone, even my closest person, even my partner. I don't have time to explain to you why I'm doing this.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel thankful that I have a partner that doesn't give a shit about what I do.
Same.
Like I had that conversation the other day because I was like, oh my God, G's hair is so pretty. I love it. I was like, I could never do it because my mama didn't mold my head and it's crazy. And I accept that and that's fine. And the way it goes out, girl, I'll look like Jackie Chan. But a real cute version of Jackie Chan. However, I told him, I was like, what would you do? And he was like, babe, I don't care about that. Like, he's like, and he was like, he'll literally be like, why do you ask me? I don't care. Like, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. And I love that because so many times as women, we're always put in a position of like, don't do that. Oh, don't wear that. Don't.
The decisions that we make hinge on the opinions of so many other people. There's so many other things
based
involved.
On fear.
You know, fear, you know, what are the people going to think? What society's going to think? What your mama's going to think? What whatever. And it's like, girl, literally just do it.
Can I just let
go?
do
it. And everybody else will be on board or not. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? I'm going to do it anyway. Whatever. I don't care.
It's an empowering place.
I want to do it because I want to do it.
Letting go is a place of empowerment.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Because you're comfortable with yourself.
I can't move.
Hey.
Come on.
I love that song. I listen to the live version all the time. Beyonce, she was like, listen. And you know what? I want to say this really quick because I was telling that to Rob. I was like, how people change. particularly like how children can change like your perspective, like especially if you're present, of course. But I was like, when Jay-Z had his daughter and how his shit elevated, how his raps, he started talking about when Beyonce had her kids.
Oh, listen.
And where her mind went with her music. Oh, bitch. Yeah. She started talking about legacy, growth.
Yes.
All this. She got so... We got Lemonade.
Gift, okay?
Yeah. We got everything. We got the gift. We got Lemonade. We got her innermost self. And I'm like, when you do, and this is if and when you ladies choose to walk this path of motherhood, it's like you face yourself in a way that like you never had before. And I was telling him, but the evolution of it though, like some of the artists that I adore the most, like watching and listening to their art. Yeah. And you can see the influence of that life transformation, how they were able to show it. Yeah. And I was like, particularly with Beyonce, like her music had just turned into some different shit. Before it was just like, you know, cute, you know, it's Beyonce. Right. Anthems and shit. But she got deep. Yeah. And it was because she was no matter who you are, you're forced to face yourself in the time of transformation.
In the time of transformation.
You're forced to face yourself.
You meet yourself on the road.
Good, bad, and the ugly. Yes. And I really, when I realized that, it allowed me to listen to her music from a different place. And that's where I've grown to respect her as an artist, because as women, we all go through that. Yeah. That point of transformation. She just did it out loud. But it like Lemonade specifically. Yeah. Because she was talking about her marriage, about herself, losing herself, finding herself. It was just like, wow, you know? And I get that now. Yeah. As a person looking at your full circle experience life and this little baby, and you're just like, whoo, it's all happening so fast. Yeah. But I will say that in all levels of life, transformation and letting go versus losing, we're all met with the same questions. Like, what are you going to do? Yeah. Do you want to take control of this or not? Because it's going to happen.
Do you want to control the narrative?
Because change is happening. Like, it's happening. Yeah. And some of it you asked for. Some of it you wanted.
And sometimes the letting go is active. Sometimes the letting go is passive. And it can be beneficial in either way. You know, there are certain things that happen in life, like death, that there's nothing that you can do to control. You just have to go with the current.
You have to go.
But you have to let go, because you can fight the current and get yourself pissed. Either way, you're going. Yes. So you can fight it or you can go with it. Or you can have those times in your life where you have the rare opportunity to take those choices into your own hand and decide, you know, am I going to let this be an L? Am I going to take this L? Or am I going to control and let this go? Right. Because it's really just about perspective. Shit is going to happen no matter what. Right.
But
life is not going to stop life.
No. And y'all, we said, look at that. And the first thing on this transformation.
Look at that. We about to get into these cards. Are we good for a break, ladies? So we can come back to
the cards did it, girl. She said 11.
Yeah. And it's 11. Okay. All right. We'll be right back, y'all. Listen to these messages from the MPN network. We'll be right back with these cards to drag you, or you can just let it go. Either way.
The Groove Suite.
This is Ashley Art, and when I create my art, I listen to Sunday Vibes with Christina Curates.
This is DJ Miss 10, and I'm listening to Sunday Vibes with my girl, Christina Curates.
The Groove Suite.
This is DJ Foundation, and I'm listening to Sunday Vibes with Christina Curates.
This is Mr. Goodbar of the Remedy, and I'm listening to Sunday Vibes with Christina Curates, powered by The Groove Suite.
The Groove Suite.
Sunday Vibes.
Check out Christina Curates Sunday Vibes, 9 p.m. on Sundays on soundofduval.com.
So, we're back, right?
We're back at 11:11.
Jeez.
Oh, wow. Divine. This reading is about to drag us. We already know. She said it was ghetto like 4 times. Yeah. So prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
Remember to follow Crafty Hoco, CraftyHoeco. That is where our readings from the show live. They get shared to the TNT page, so please make sure you're following both. Yeah. But Crafty Hoco, and keep locked on that too for your personal reading, stuff like that. It's not open yet, but when she is open for personal readings and all things spiritual, she will let you know there. So if you don't want to miss the boat, you got to get on board.
So
let's get ready for this reading at 11:11. I'm ready to be dragged. Let's go.
Okay. So This is interesting because the card that fell out like on top of everything was about messages, which is move that forward. There we go. The third house messages card, and basically that card is basically saying the information that you receive, you want to share it onto others, and it's also communicating that some things that you may see or things that you usually know are going to show up old and decrepit.
Oh, all right. For my sake, start over.
Okay. So this is one, it's a message card. Mm-hmm. So in general,
that's the first one that popped out.
Yes. This is the overall theme in my spirit. That's what it feels like.
Okay.
But not only does it do that, this is, you see the eye on the top there. It's about like seeing things as they are.
Okay.
And basically this is like the things that you've always seen, they appear old and decrepit.
Yes. Okay.
And outdated and old.
Ashy
as the fuck. And it's also significant of just tough situations. And Saturn there's no Saturn card in here, so it's okay. However, it is about like receiving and giving. And it's a fortunate time to start something new. And it's also suggested, especially because like the Neptune card came up. So it's definitely encouraging meditation, relaxation, things to get your mind right. It's good because it's a psychic card. That means if your spirit is talking to you, like we were talking about, that quiet voice, now it's the time to receive that information. Now it's the time to get into it, listen to that voice, and finally do something about it. Like we're talking in terms of letting go and releasing. This is you know what I mean? This is the call. It's like, okay, girl, we're here. You said you want me to talk to you? Yeah. And I can say that for myself because I would be like, God, don't want to talk to me. And he'd be like, okay, I'm here. So what's up? What you want to do? And I'm like, oh shit.
Or I've been talking and you haven't been listening.
Right. I'm like, oh, I didn't think you pick up.
I was leaving a voicemail.
I was going to leave a voicemail.
I was going to leave a voicemail.
So you're available.
Picked up the phone. Oh. So, I usually start in order numerical.
Okay.
Thank you. Numerically. I can never do it right. I don't know why. But so starting with the Mars card, of course, that's the fiery Mars card, and it's about war. And the quote that comes with this is, war does not determine who is right, only who is left.
Ooh.
Listen.
What? God.
This card is about, when this card is drawn in a reading, it's about fighting for, there's something worth fighting for in your life. This card also means to push back in terms of defense. This is a card of not force, but drive. This is the energy. It's the time
determination.
It's the time to just to consider your goals and desires and allow them to not allow them to fall away. Okay. So if we're thinking about what we were saying, spirit's talking to you, like we were saying about your diet or wanting to make a change. It's like, this is the energy. Don't let that shit go to waste. Usually we'll let that negative ego come and, talk us out. This is the time this is the time to not do it. And when this card presents itself, we're being challenged to protect your interests or to move on. Either way, you don't really have time. It indicates a type of passion that's linked to spirit and life force. And the beautiful part about this is a fire being lit.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, it's go time. Are you ready? This is what you want. And it's very well in the spirit. But when we come from that and we go into sacrifice.
Well, you got to let go.
Yes. So remember when we said that? I want things to change, but that but, she loud.
What is your but?
Yes. And so you're being directed into an area which may feel like it is unknowable. Surrendering to the mystery may work best for now. Neptune represents our link to the all and governs the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is connected to everything past, present, and future. Neptune shows when we are vulnerable and also where we want to escape to. There are opposites in all higher things. Lovers can become porn stars, reverie can become drunkenness, and dreams turn into nightmares. Unfortunately, Neptune represents self-destructiveness and self-sabotage.
Wow.
Ooh. Another manifestation of this card is that you may find difficulties getting on the right path or clarifying a direction. On the other hand, you may be extremely tuned in at the present time, sensing emotions, having visions. And if this is the case, what is below the surface is now being brought out. So when we're thinking about, be careful of trickery and playing emotional games. And I think this is a testament to, we're talking about this drive, and this Neptune card is representing just the muddiness, the struggle, the difficulty of trying to get to where you want to be. Like it'll feel difficult to get to the bottom of the issue. You may see smoke and mirrors, find yourself engulfed in nefarious mists with blame cast on the wrong person or reason. With this card, you want to be absolutely clear and out front with everything. So this is a truth card. In order to use this well,
you gotta be true.
You gotta be true. What sacrifices are you willing to make? What things are you're willing to let go of? Yeah. And it's very wow, it says, it is like falling off the edge of our universe into places we trust but have no concrete idea about. That's powerful.
Wow. That's literally what life is about.
Yeah. And having to accept this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that the 6th house routine card is just about changing your perspective and your way of looking at things. It is. It's time to pay attention to the small particulars rather than the larger picture. The larger picture cannot develop without the minute details. You may find yourself worrying over little matters, which is exhausting. Completing what you start is more important. However, the 6th house card does suggest you insist on quality and usefulness. You may find yourself critical at this time, or others will seem to be critical of you. Efficiency in doing the right thing at the right time will serve you in the coming days. This is probably not an easy time because it is not meant to be. For something to really serve you in the best way possible with the outcome you are wanting, you will have to go step by step and have patience. It is not likely to happen fast, but whatever you manage to accomplish will stick and serve you well in the future.
I think that's so important too, especially in the wave that we're in right now with Instagram and social media.
Yeah, it's that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Yep.
But what if we're talking about change? We're talking about letting go and releasing, like you said. This is not an overnight thing. It's not like, I just woke up and boom. And usually, you get that in a movie, which is an hour and a half.
Exactly.
And how quick, they fast forward through the shit. You know what I'm saying?
They don't show you the not cute part.
The not cute part. So in order to understand the overall message here, the divine messages that are coming into your life, understanding the passion, the drive that you may have to make change, but the sacrifice that comes with that, and understanding the things you have to let go of in order to make it happen, and understanding that it's not easy and it's not going to be overnight, but
it's going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it. So. Yeah.
And I think especially when you get older, because I know one of the things that we had conversations about is recognizing how you used to live. And a lot of us, especially with Black and brown bodies, the way that we were living, you learned how to survive first to live. And in regards to me trying to figure out my school situation and everything, it was I cried as we were talking about, we teared up and stuff. My tearing up was recognizing the false living pretenses. It was just recognizing how at one point of life it's damn, so you're telling me when I was in school, I wasn't really living in school. I was just trying to survive it. I was just trying to complete it.
It didn't stick with you.
It didn't. You weren't. The experiences I had, and respectfully so, to try to complete a goal, but also mourning over your dad at the same time.
You're not present.
No. You're just trying to get the shit done. And then on top of that, dealing with a toxic relationship. I was running away and escaping, and they didn't even know I was running away and escaping because I didn't feel like I did, but the partner that I had at the time was, and one of the things I found myself just kind of gripping on in regards to my breath of relief was just understanding that yes, it's kind of it was talking about releasing the guilt and shame. When you're finding yourself in that self-discovery of recognizing what didn't work in the first place, you could easily fall into a very victimized mind frame. You start to talk about your past. You start to talk about yourself. You start to criticize yourself. But then when you do that and you focus on that so much, it takes away of the current effort that you're putting in now. Mm-hmm. So for me, it was just like understanding, yes, all this had took place, but you honor it because one, you've lived that part of your life. You're here now. So to honor that, you do everything that you can in your power now, presently, and not allowing those things to affect you, what you know, where you're at right now. And the biggest thing for me was just like understanding that I may be so-called quote, quote, late, but it's better than never. Yeah. You know what I mean? And understanding that
you're not on nobody else's time.
Mm-mm. Yeah, you're on time for you. Yeah. Late is in comparison to what?
Right. And it's like often to ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Our own expectations.
And what we thought.
To the stories that we tell, to what we thought.
What the fuck we thought. I think that sounded like a hell of a final thought show. I don't know if you meant to do that, but that's what it sounded like.
I just happened.
That's wonderful.
She's just profound like that.
She be in my moments.
We're like, oh my God. Just bring it together.
I'm trying to say, it's like...
because you be dragging us all the time.
I know, but you know, that's like, you have a way with words, you know? And I think the way that you explain it is in a way that many, like, people can understand.
Yes.
You know, like you reach a certain demographic.
It's very relatable.
Yeah, you reach a certain demographic, and we're all, you know, expressive in our own ways, but that's why it's important. Like, everybody has to communicate. Like, if we're talking about the message of love or, you know, everybody does it in a different way. So your voice is necessary in that. So
I appreciate it.
It's good that you use it. You have a final thought? Are we going there?
Yeah,
it just feels like we were falling in it.
We were. I don't even know if there's anything more to be said. You know, I'm grateful for finding peace and comfort in this place of transformation. You know, it's never easy. You know, the more you go through it is, at least the more I've gone through it is, the more I can recognize when it's coming. I can feel it. Yeah. And I kick and scream against it much less.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't realize that I'm in the midst of hanging on to something tighter than I should until it's a little bit too late. But you know, we're processing and we're getting better. And I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward with optimism to whatever it is that's coming next. There was something that you said in the reading about, you know, going into this unknown, this unknowable place. And it's that, you know, that for me has been, it's not is right now, but has been a source of fear. You know, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. So I'll cling to what I know that is, you know, probably not working, no longer serving me, no longer functioning. And it's like having that trust in going forward and really letting go has been a process, and I'm still learning, and I'm better at it, you know, but I understand the need for it, because there's just times in life when you get overwhelmed, at least for me, and it's like I can't do anything but let go and to let the current take me, because me trying to force my way and navigate through this, I'm just frustrating myself further because I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and it's like, how am I doing this?
How am I doing this? Yeah. So, you know, I'm here for it. You know, I am surprised that I don't miss my locks, and that's just a very outward manifestation. But I am surprised that I am handling the current situations that life is handing me as well as I am, even in those moments where I do get overwhelmed and I, you know, can't do anything but cry. Even in that, I can recognize the benefit and the healing and the catharsis in that. And I just let myself have that moment, you know?
Yeah, I think that's beautiful, G. I think my final thought is that in true Scorpio moon fashion, I have such a respect for death and rebirth. And I think it's important to honor the pieces of you that are transformed, that die off, or that, you know, and sometimes death is looked at as such a negative.
Yeah, a dark.
Yeah. But like, ego death is a thing. And when we're talking about negative egos and stuff, ego death is a thing. And
it is necessary.
You have to allow yourself to undergo that transformation.
Can you elaborate more on ego death for people that may not understand, like, ego itself?
And it's very, very simple. It's like, you know, that idea that you had for yourself, who you thought you should be. That's your ego. The entitlement to be who you thought you were going to be. That's your ego. sometimes in order for you to get to where you want to be, that person has to die. They have to go, because they don't help you get to where you want to be. You know, like that ego can be very selfish, narrow-minded, you know, landing you in situations or deals that are way below your worth, you know, speaking fear into your life, keeping you in stagnant situations, in stagnant places, whatever. And oftentimes, you know, you're experiencing your ego because it's the very thing that keeps you from going forward. It talks you out of stuff. And oftentimes the things that we need are on the other side of that door, or on the other side of that, off that ledge or whatever. It's the thing that is fearful of making mistakes, that won't let you fall. You know what I'm saying? That criticizes you when you fuck up. It's the thing that keeps you from being a creative, open-minded, free-flowing spirit that you were meant to be. It's that narrative in your mind that's saying, no, you can't be that because whatever, right? So if that person, if that spiritual free at the bear, that's who you want to be. You have to allow that. You have to let that person go. You have to let that mind frame, that narrative die. You have to let it go. A lot of times our ego is us standing in our own way. By insisting that the narrative we already have is the only one we will ever have.
Wow.
You know, it's like, no, you can't do this because this happened to you and you're a victim of this and you're you know, it's that person. And when you can easily say like, look, you got to get out of my way. You're standing like in the doorway and I got to go. And you have to choose whether to stay with this and argue with this and tussle with this thought or let it die. Push that motherfucker off a ledge, or, you know, send it off, burn it, whatever the fuck you got to do. Sometimes it becomes a physical manifestation, like cutting your hair. It could be, you know, getting a tattoo, removing a tattoo, losing weight, gaining weight. It's a transformation. You know, ego death is a transformation. It could be simple as changing your mind state, like your perspective about something, welcoming God, changing your relationship with God. It's all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is the idea of allowing an old concept or an old facet of your life just die. And a lot of times there's so many people whose identity is wrapped up in their ego and they can't bear to see who they are outside of it, because it's like, no, I am this person. This is who I am. And it's like, but is it though?
None of those things are you.
Yeah. Like, are you even that person anymore?
Wow.
And then you get to realize that you can't really lose yourself.
No.
Like, that's not a real
We're
thing.
meant to live different lives.
We're meant to evolve. We're meant to change.
Over and over again.
You cannot lose yourself.
No.
You can deny yourself. You can pretend to be something that you're not. You can get stuck in an old way that doesn't suit you currently, but you never really lose yourself. Yourself changes. It's accepting that you are different, but you are still you.
The essence of yourself will always stay the same.
Always.
You know, but allowing yourself to transform into who it is that you naturally are without interference.
Or pretense.
You know, without any interruption, without the influence of your past. That's why shadow work and inner work is way more than fucking stones and namastes
and sage and
sage and all that shit,
all that bullshit,
because it takes all of that.
Yeah,
it's completely removing every single expectation, because there's people out here that's like, oh, I'm at peace and I'm this, but in your mind you're always going to be this person and you're always going to be that person, and your identity is wrapped up of being this, you know. But what happens if tomorrow you lost everything? Would any of that even matter? No. Who you are on the inside, in spite of all this shit, that's the root of who you're, that's where you're trying to get to.
I want to speak to that too, because I don't know anyone else. I mean, I'm pretty sure anyone that's out there that can relate, please share your testimony, because I know you were talking about how you had lost your car, you lost your job, you lost your apartment,
my hair,
and your hair. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Yeah. But what was beautiful is, as being a sister, watching you go through life the way that you have been going, and not saying it was like easy peasy, but to see your essence still remain.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like seeing that, because with that to be said, do challenge yourself. If God, universe was to strip away everything that you're so proud of, would you still exist?
Yeah.
What would be left? And that's something that we do have to often check, because a lot of times and rightfully so, like your pride is based on what you have created and put in and stuff. But even so, if that thing was to fall apart, the thing that you built, does that still reside in you? Or was that just for show?
Would
or
you be any less you? Or are you still you without those things?
And how do you handle that loss? And I know for me, losing all that shit, because I lost all that shit after selflessly giving myself.
Come on, sacrifice.
And and it was like one of those good old L's. It was just like a classic fucking L.
Yep.
And I had to take it on the chin. And I'm proud of myself because of how graciously I handled that.
Yeah.
And I never look back on that with regret, because I know I gave that everything I had. I gave it all I got. And that's where, if I could have done anything different, blah, blah, blah. I don't live regrets with that. And if I had to lose everything that went along with that, then so be it.
It made space.
It sounds like
it made space.
I was gonna say it was very significant to your new life.
In society and in the world, the idea of losing an apartment or a house is like, oh my God, you know, but I don't give a shit about that kind of stuff. I just want to take care of my daughter now. Like my mind frame has changed, but I lost it when I was pregnant. So that's kind of also, it was already there.
Yeah.
This was good.
Yeah.
11:33. Look at that. I think maybe a good time. I love the fact that this is a meaty episode, but it's been so long. I think it was. It was almost meant to be.
It was good. It was everything in divine timing.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Yes.
And I'm glad to be back here with y'all.
Me too.
I'm glad we didn't push.
This. Yeah.
And just did what we thought.
We let go.
Yeah, girl.
We went with it. We didn't have a choice.
No.
But I love you. Right.
We were trying.
We were very honest.
It's just like, you know what? It's not going to work right now. So let's just not. And we didn't. And it was fine. And here we are.
Yep.
Ghetto and Divine.
Ghetto and Divine.
Thank y'all so much for joining us once again.
Thank you.
Follow us on the socials at TNTPODJAX, Instagram, Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. Drop us a line at tntpodjacks@gmail.com.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe on the YouTubes.
YouTubes.
Tell your friends. Share the videos and shit. We're cute.
Please.
You want to see us.
We're cute.
Give us the streams.
Please.
We love
Give
y'all.
us what we need.
We love it. Thank you so much. Remember, new episodes out on Mondays from now on. Today is Monday, July 5th.
Don't expect this shit on Thursday.
Don't expect it on
Please.
Thursday. It's not going to happen.
It's not.
So it's fine.
We'll see y'all next week.
We'll see y'all next week.
If you see this, you're going to see this on Monday.
Yes.
Just know
that
you'll see us next Monday.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
It's fine. It's fine. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Therapy Not Therapy is produced and edited by Mr. Alpete on the MPN network, and the intro music is courtesy of Wes Harris. The song's name is Chamomile, and that's tea.
That was good. That's tea.